G'day guys, welcome back. Look what I've got. I got this mold. I don't think it's for resin. I think it's for like cakes or mousse or something like that. But it's silicone, so I figure I can use it for resin. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Some of you may know sort of by the shape, but we'll find out later, okay? Because I want to add these two silicone crystal clusters that I made. Now, if you saw my previous video, well, maybe not the previous video, but where I used the bigger ones, what did I use? I've got quite a few of them now. I've been making them, so I've got quite a collection. I think I used this one in my big frog. Did you see that? And then there's that one as well. It's not quite as deep. But yeah, that was the last video I did on those, and I've got lots more to come, lots of exciting things to show you. But today I'm going to use these two little dudes. So the first thing I want to do is make sure I've cleaned the back. Just wipe some alcohol on there, and I'm going to pop it into my resin there. Now I know that two of them takes about 90 grams, so 3 ounces. But I need a little bit of extra as well, just to sort of go into my resin. So you can see straight away that, you know, there's lots of bubbles clinging to it. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to pop this cup into my vacuum chamber just to get the bubbles out. This is my Platinum River resin, a river table resin. So it's a deep pour one because these are about that deep. So I can't use the 360 plus in it. I have, it worked okay, but there was a million bubbles. So and I can't really put the 360 plus in the vacuum chamber because it cures really fast. So let's take this over. Look, if you don't have a vacuum chamber or a pressure pot, don't stress too much. Just use the thinnest resin that you've got. Them all popping up. Use the thinnest resin you've got. With your gloved fingers, get the piece and rub it in your fingers like that, pushing all the resin into all those little nooks and crannies, crystal little crevices. All right, so we're going to go over to the chamber. The chamber I mean by the pot. So there it is in there. And I'm going to pop the lid on. I have to put this down, hang on. Well, maybe I can do it one-handed. All right, let's see if I can do this one-handed so we can keep filming, hey? I just have to make sure that it's not overhanging anywhere. I will do a video on actually using a vacuum chamber. I've been told a vacuum chamber is a bit different to a pressure pot. Not exactly sure. Maybe one sucks and one blows. I don't know. This one sucks. It's a vacuum. All right, so there's my little cup in there, and the red one is pointing up, so that's closed. The blue one's pointing up, so it's closed. It needs to be turned this way, same way as the pipe is going, and then turn it on. So that's it there. So now what we do is we wait until this little gauge goes all the way around, and I want it to sort of come up to the -1 there in the red. But if it starts overflowing with bubbles, then I'll stop. Oops, where can we put you that you can actually see? And it's reflecting because it's glass. So as the pressure increases, more bubbles will come out. I just think it's, you know, I've got it. It was kindly donated to me by Des from DIY Composites. They make the platinum resin, which I love. And this river table resin is one of theirs. So there come the bubbles. We're not on -1 yet. If you're going to use a vacuum chamber, make sure that your cup is tall enough, because as the bubbles come up, you don't want your resin to overflow. So you really only want to half fill something. So once I've done this a couple of times and got the bubbles out of all those little crystal crevices, then I'll mix in my colours nice and gently, hopefully not to make more bubbles, and then we'll keep going with the video. So just waiting for that little needle to work its way a bit lower, if it will. Should. Some pressure pots, I keep calling it a pressure pot, it's a vacuum chamber. It may not go all the way down, but I'm hoping it will. Let's have a look. So that's probably enough. We probably don't need to go any further. So what I'm going to do now, because I don't want it to overflow, I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to flick that back up. And I'm just going to let it sit in there for a few minutes until those bubbles start popping and subsiding. Alright, so I'll be back shortly. Alright, so it's been a few minutes. The bubbles have kind of stopped popping. So I am going to release the vacuum. So I'll turn that. And then those bubbles will start popping. Be careful, don't release the vacuum too fast or you could shatter your glass. So there's the little gauge coming back down again, a little needle. And once it's down to the 0, then we can open the lid if you want to. I tend to open it and just torch the remaining bubbles on top. Okay, and then close it again, and then, oops, lift, can't do it one-handed, lift, oh, there we go, I need a hand. Alright, so some bubbles on top, need my torch, just give that a torch like that. Now I'm going to go again and put the lid on, turn the vacuum on, and I'll do it one more time. I'm going to shine a torch in there. It's really good. Yeah, I can still see some bubbles on there. Don't drop your phone in there. So, yeah, I'll do it again. And then I'll come back to you when we're ready to mix the colours, okay? Right, so I did that 3 times. And I don't see any bubbles in there. Well, there's a couple of surface ones, but I don't see any still clinging to the little drusies. So let's pour some for that one. That's going to be my pink, and then some for that one. Now I have to be really careful that I don't over stir or be too vigorous, because I don't want to, you know, get the bubbles back. So yeah, like I said, I need like 90 grams. I'm just going to leave the rest in there because I made up a little bit of extra. I did 75 grams of A and 32 grams of B. So we'll just leave those in there. They can stay coated for a minute. So that's 107 grams. I only need 90, but I did want a bit of extra to, you know, cover those. So we'll get started. Now I want a very, very pale pink and a very, very pale blue. The crystals from these druzy clusters, the crystals show up beautifully when you've got a really transparent sort of colour. Yeah, you won't see very much of the crystal and the shine if you have a really dark colour. So I'm going to put a tiny bit on there. I'll add this slowly because the last thing I want to do is have it too dark. This is the Pinata blue. Oops, I've got to stir gently, stir gently. The only problem with the piñata, sometimes they have like little chunky bits. I was gonna, you can see in there, it just doesn't dissolve properly. Like it doesn't, yeah. I did have the Let's Resin blue ready to go, and then I thought, oh, I don't have any Let's Resin in the pink left, so I changed my pink. Let's just do that. Changed my pink to the piñata, and then I thought, oh, well, I might as well use the blue piñata as well. Okay, that's all I'm going to need, like a toothpick full, you guys. Not much at all. Now, let's try and stir this so that I don't get too many bubbles. I'll stir it again in a minute. We'll move on to this one. See, I had the, I don't have the peach red anymore. It's all gone. So I've only got magenta in the Let's Resin, but I really wanted a pale pink. So I've gone with the Piñata Senorita Magenta. It still says it's magenta, but it's more of a pink. More of a pink magenta than a purple magenta, if you know what I mean. A little tiny drop. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, just add it slowly. I don't want it too dark. It's stuck to the side of the cup. Okay, that's nothing. Oh, pink's funny, isn't it? Like, it's really hard to get color from a pink. I find I need a lot more color, a lot more drops to get the pink color I want. Because it just vanishes. Let's add a drop straight into that. Oh, we'll go wild and have a drop straight into it. Okay, hopefully that won't be too dark. All right, I'll move these out of the way for now. Let's see how that goes. Mix gently. It's not quite the shade I want. I might add just a touch of the magenta, the Let's Resin magenta. Sometimes you have to, whoops, look how strong it is. Sometimes you've got to mix a couple of colors together to get the right shade that you want. Hopefully that won't be too dark now. Grabbing another cup because there's a lot of color that's stuck to the side. I'm going to pour onto my stick. There's a lot of color on the side that I don't want. This is going to be dark enough. I probably didn't need that whole drop. Okay, now it's probably a little bit darker than what I was hoping for, but never mind. All right, let's mix that up. And also putting it in the other cup should stop those streaks too. So there's my pink, there's my blue. I'll add just a tiny little bit more of the blue. Come on, blue. Put you over here. Didn't want to touch the resin with it. Alright, sorry this is taking a while, but I don't know, some people might be interested to see how you get just a tiny little bit of colour, not too much, not too much. Alright, so what I want to do with my pink and my blue, and I am going to add a little bit more of this, just to dilute my pink a little bit more. I don't know if it make any difference at all. Feel as if it's a little bit darker than what I was hoping for now. Hopefully I haven't got any bubbles in it. So what I want to do, I want to do basically like a dirty pour. Pour both colours together. So I get a pink and a blue and then a bit of purple as well. That's the plan. That is the plan. I've got a few bubbles in that now. I mean, I guess you could put it back in the vacuum chamber if you particularly wanted to, but I'm not going to not going to worry about it too much. Okay, now I'm going to turn this way because I'm going to do it that way. And here we go. So I'm going to go pour at the same time. I have got more pink, so I'll probably get more pink. Not all the way to the top. Because you need some room for your little druzy. And then we'll go opposite for this guy. My blue's immediately going pink. Purple. Okay, I'll stop there. Stop there and get our little druzies out, hey? Let's use, I don't really want to stick my fingers in there. Let's do this. Let's get some tweezers. Now, with this one, it's a little bit wider on this side than it is on that side. So, oops, turn it around again. Actually, I'm just going to give that a quick torch. And there's a tiny little bit of unmixed blue stuff in there. Let's get him out. Make sure it's as pretty as can be. All right, now we're just going to carefully plonk that on top like so. And the next one. Which way does he go? Turn him around. Okay, and we're gonna just lay him on top. Whoops, I've gone underneath a bit, put him on a bit of an angle. So that one, oh, as you can see, it's a bit full. So if your resin's a little bit on the full side, just grab a bit of paper towel, lay it gently on, and let that paper towel absorb some of that resin, like so. Do it again if you need to. I didn't realize that one was fuller than the other. Like so. You can do it a few times if you need to. I just like to do one layer of paper. I don't like having it too thick in case it pushes down too much. Oh my gosh, he's sunk. Oh my gosh, he's sunk. I must have pushed him down. No, we don't want you to sink. Oh gosh. The other one's okay, but this one I overfilled. So see what I mean about not overfilling them? Now I'm just going to dry the top of him. So yeah, you're better off not filling them up too much. I thought I'd done them the same, but obviously I hadn't. Just dry the top and... oh gosh, nope, I've done it again. I'm going to have to use my fingers. My colours are going to blend now. My colours are going to blend. No! Alright, I'm going to use my fingers. I was trying not to, but I'm going to have to. Might be too full still. Alright, here we go. Ta-da! Oh gosh. Alright, let me just clean up my mess now. Oh, I'm trying to get a baby wipe out. You try to get one and you get a whole clump of them. Alright, let's just clean up because I don't like mess. So they will need a little bit of topping up now. But yeah, as you can see, it's better to not fill them too much and then just top up. I have still got a little bit of my pink and a little bit of my blue left. So this is another reason why you just make up a little bit more than you're going to need. I'll just put the rest of my clear into that. All right, now I'm going to pour this pink in here. I feel as if my pink's gone. Just gently so that you don't overflow your little druzy again. That's good. And then this one, move you gently out of the way. Just gently add a little bit more blue to this one. And the little drusies, they do float. As long as you don't do what I did and dunk the point in first so that it's a little submarine. Don't do that. All right, that's it, you guys. Walk away. Put the tools down. Walk away. Just going to clean up this mess and yeah, I'll do it later. Right, now this is going to take 24 hours, a good 24 hours before I can unmold them. So yeah, I'll come back tomorrow and hopefully they'll be really pretty. They've gone a little bit darker than what I was hoping for with my color, but it is what it is. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Right, so it has been a day and a half and I think they're ready. Oh, did you see? Did you just see what they were? Don't look. Don't look. It was a day and a half ago. I'd forgotten that I hadn't told you what they were. Maybe you didn't see. All right. Let's get them out. Didn't see that either, did you? Oh, gosh. That's pretty easy to tell, I guess. Put them back in. All right. Now, the next thing we have to do is take our little druzy clusters out. And if there's a little bit of resin over the top, just peel it back. There we go. Ta-da! Look at that. So there's one. Let's get the other one out and then I'll turn them over. A little bit of resin on the side there. See, it's only a tiny bit. You can just peel it off really easily. No dramas there. It's stuck to me. And just with your finger, just peel that back. These little ones come out really easily. The bigger ones, sometimes you need to get like a stick in there to release the suction, but the little ones pop out so easily. I will have sets of these with some other sizes as well in my store real soon. Okay, which one shall we do first? It looks as if my colours haven't really stayed separate. They've really blended. This one in particular, but I did have trouble with this one. All right. And now let's have a look inside here first, shall we? I'll move that one out of the way so we know what to focus on. Look at that. Is that not just to die for? It's so sparkly and crystally. I love crystals. Aren't they pretty? All right. Now I'm going to take you off manual focus and put you on autofocus, and hopefully we'll have a little look and see what it looks like. Let's go the other way. Are you ready? Do you know what it is yet? Do you know? It's a bunny. It's a little bunny. Look at that. Isn't it adorable? Oh, look at that crystal in there. That is just divine. Sorry about the little ring lights you can see everywhere. So cute. Oh my gosh, I just want to do so many of these. Oops, there we go. I want to do so many of these. It's a little tail, little ears. It's got eyes and nose and little mouth. You could get your black marker or silver marker, or silver would be nice actually. Just colour those in if you wanted to. Now you can see that it's a little bit sort of purpley there and a little bit more pinky there. This was the one that I had trouble with. It sunk, so my colours are mixed a little bit more on this particular one. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just not, it's just divine. All right, so that's that one. Now let's have a look at the other one. This one, hopefully the colours will stay a little bit more separate. There's the crystal in there as well. Now, don't put resin in there, okay? Because you're going to you'll lose all that reflective yumminess, all right? It'll just be resin, so don't do that. With the bigger pieces, if you do like a bigger piece, you can put a little tea light under it. You know those little ones that have got the batteries in them? Those ones. Yeah, I've ordered some. All right, here we go. Oh, there he is. I can see a little bit of purple. I can see a little bit of pink. Blue's kind of gone. It's very muted color difference, which I'm happy with. You know, you can get a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink, and then you get some clear. It looks like a bit of clear in his tail there. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm so happy with these little guys. So happy with them. There they are. There they are. Look at that. Just love it. Now this one, the crystal at the front looks kind of maybe a little bit more clear, a little bit more purple. And this one, you can see the crystal looks a little bit more pink, doesn't it? So it just depends on what kind of look you want. Yeah, you could do all different colors, but I would suggest doing as pale as possible. This, you know, pink might have been a little bit too dark on that one, as I said the other day. But they've still worked out really, really pretty. I wonder what they look like with some silver eyes. Shall I get my silver pen out? Now that I've unmolded those, I can show you these two that I did the other day. They were just my little samples. So just plain blue, plain pink. Probably had less colour in them. You know, not quite as dark. And you can see the crystal a little bit more, and I did just put some black on their little faces there, so that's what those ones looked like. Still really, really pretty. So a boy one and a girl one. Love them. All right, so with these ones, our kind of pinky purpley ones, let's see. Oh, get the lid off. Let's see what they look like with a little silver on the eye. Just a little. The center of the eye is kind of raised, and it's got like a lower rim around it. So you probably just make the eye, or just color the eye on the surface like that. I think I went over. Oh, it doesn't matter. And then if you've got something thin enough, I don't know whether this one's thin enough, just to go, oh yeah it is, just to go in there. And then there's a little mouth there. Don't know that I like the mouth coloured, but it's got a little hole in it. Doesn't go, I don't think it goes all the way through. Maybe that's where you can like drill through to make it like a key ring or something. Not sure, but yeah, I don't know that I'd want to. Don't know that I like that. Let's just wipe that away. Oops, let's just wipe that away. I don't mind his little nose like that. I'll just wipe the excess off with a little bit of alcohol. I don't like the mouth coloured. So yeah, the pen was a little bit big, so it went over the top, but you could easily just, you know, wipe the excess away. So there you go. That's with his little eyes done and without his eyes done. And then with the silver eyes and the black eyes. Let me know which one you like better. The plain pink and plain blue, or these two little multicoloured ones. All right, I've taken up enough time of yours today. I better go move on to my next project. But let me know what you think of them. I just love them. They're so adorable. All right, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again real soon for the next video. Just put them like this and go down and have a little close up. All right, thanks for watching. Love you all. Take care. Bye for now.